Right, okay. Sharing my screen, guys. Right, okay. So, good morning, guys. Good morning, good evening. So, we'll continue the session. Before jumping into the session, any questions, doubts, please?
Hey, hello, hi, good morning.
Hi, Manjit.
Yes. In this course, can we cover the high availability, replications, mirroring?
Actually, I guess this is the first class for you, right? So, in the
Yes.
class one, class two, we have already discussed these things. So, the short answer is yes, we'll cover high availability. We have five high availability techniques, right? HADR, high availability and disaster recovery. So, log shipping, mirroring, replication, and clustering. In clustering, I'll cover Windows Server clustering and SQL Server clustering also. So Windows plus SQL clustering also I'll cover and always on. So all five high availabilities I'll cover, Manjit.
In this course, correct?
Yes, in this course, yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Manjit. Any other course questions, guys? No? Okay, fine. So let's continue. So as discussed earlier in the last two sessions, we discussed about the course overview, right? And the daily tasks, what a DBA will do. Foglight, we don't discuss, Nikila. Foglight is a third party tool. Okay. So you might use Foglight, others might use SolarWinds. So these are the third party tools. It depends on the company to company. So we don't have any visibility or software licensing for Foglight and all. So we'll cover completely SQL. We don't cover any third party tools. Okay. Fine. So in the previous sessions, we discussed about the SQL Server, just a basic definition. What is the SQL Server and all. And we also discussed about the course overview, how the course will be, the planning and all roadmap about the course. And we also discussed about the DBA tasks, like what a DBA will do, daily tasks of DBA, day-to-day tasks, DBA roles and responsibilities. So all these things we discussed in the last two sessions, right? So in this session, we'll slowly go into the technical side. Okay. So as discussed in the previous session, what is SQL Server, guys? SQL Server is a database software. Okay. Using this database software, we can store the data, we can process the data, and we can retrieve the data. So what is data, guys? Data. So as a DBA, yes, 24/7, you have to work with the data only. Okay. As a DBA, you should know the importance of the data, especially sometimes. Okay. Even as a DBS, so others generally will share the data, but as a DBS, okay, you should know the importance of your data and all your personal data especially. So what is data first of all? What is meant by data?
Raw data.
Raw data. Very good. Any other definitions of data?
Information regarding something.
Okay. Is data and information both are same?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So data is nothing but raw facts and figures. Okay. Raw facts and figures, we can call it as a data. Data and information both are not same. Okay. It might be the definition might looks or we can like the sound might be the same, but it's not actually. Data means raw facts and figures of anything. is called data. So the processed data, we can say the processed data, okay, is called information. The processed data is called information, guys. Raw facts and figures is the actual data. And if you process that raw facts and figures, okay, is called information. Okay, the processed data we can call it as an information. So the small example will be, for example, if you see here, it's a raw data, right? So 10,000, Mahesh, IT, KR Puram, ABC apartments. By just looking at these facts, these are the actual facts, okay? We don't understand what is this 10,000, okay? What is this IT? We don't understand. These are just raw facts. But if you process this data, okay, if you process, what is meant by process? Process is nothing but adding some attributes, guys. Adding some attributes, okay? Don't think process is something different, okay? Adding some attribute to get the meaningful data, okay? To get the meaningful data. So here, what kind of attributes will add means we'll try to give meaning to this data. As of now, this is just a raw data. We don't understand, maybe understand maybe one or two values like Mahesh is a name, ABC apartments KR Puram, okay? In Bangalore, it is one of the area, right? So we might understand like maybe kind of an address of Mahesh. Just we can have a okay little idea, okay? Just by just seeing these raw facts, you might have a little idea what is this and all, but you cannot understand. So we'll add some meaningful to this particular raw data. Okay, what we can do, we can add some attributes. So if you see this, okay, now I just added some attributes to this. So I'm just trying to give some meaningful to this particular, okay, data. So I just added attributes like employee ID, okay, and employee name, department, address, and salary. Earlier in this screenshot, okay, generally we cannot guess this 10,000, what is this 10,000 and all, okay? If you go back to this previous screenshot, we cannot guess what is this 10,000. Now, when I am adding an attribute, the 10,000 is the salary. When I am adding an attribute, okay? So now you are getting meaning to this raw data. So this is your raw facts and figures, okay, which is a raw data. And when you process the raw data by adding some attributes, okay, by adding some attributes, this data will be converted into information. So that is called processing. So that processing we can do using the SQL Server. So using the SQL Server, we'll add the attributes to the raw data and we will process the data. So SQL Server is a database software which will help you to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data. Just I'm giving a small, okay, of course you know this, most of you people you know this. As a DBA, you should be very cautious about the data. Either it might be maybe others' data or your personal data. Nowadays, data is a big source to all the MNC companies. Okay, data is a wealth. Okay, data is a wealth nowadays. So it's the biggest asset for any company nowadays. Any company from local store to MNCs, especially your data is the wealth. They are earning lot of money by selling your data. Your data may not be useful to you, but now at this moment 7:23 IST, still someone is buying your record, someone is selling your record. 24 by 7, it's a continuous business, guys. If you go to some local store, okay, anything, anywhere, if you go, simply they will ask your phone number. So they can easily track what you are eating, what you are buying, how frequently you are buying, when you are buying. In case if you stopped using some products, we have like either will go offline stores or online stores, right? So what and all you are eating, what and all you are like avoiding. So why you are avoiding, everything they are watching, where you are going, okay, your reels, shorts, what and also they are simply reading your mind every second. Every second they are reading your mind using your personal data, right? So we are almost into the kind of a, what I can say, in their trap, right? When they are reading our minds using their algorithms. So for example, you know that like what we will do, simply will open the, we cannot nowadays, we cannot sit idle for 5 minutes also without the phone, right? So you'll open the phone, either Instagram or YouTube, you will get the shots that as per your interest, you will get the shots. So you'll keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, means that means they are controlling your mind using your data. What kind of data they are taking, guys? And if you go to any shop, like any Reliance store or some other store, DMart kind of thing, they are literally buying your data, they are literally selling your data. So don't think that these people, okay, the companies, the whatever companies are there, the stores, don't think they are getting data only by selling the products. They are, your data is also one of the product to them, okay? They are processing their data, your data, whatever data we are giving, the phone number, just one phone number is enough, guys. Just one phone number is enough. They can track everything, what and all you are buying, okay? In case earlier, generally maybe 10 years, 15 years back, okay, they use it to give advertisements, okay. Like if it is a big store, big company and all, they used to give advertisements or offers, okay, across the country. So now what happened, every store, every area, okay, every street is having these kind of stores. So now they get to know, okay, about the product information, what are the like widely selling products, and what are the products that are not like accepting by the people. They are easily able to get the information, and they are simply applying some offers, local offers. That's why if you see, sometimes you will get an SMS. Earlier, to advertise a product across the country, they used to spend crores of money in the advertisement. Now, when they are getting your data, okay, they can easily send some custom offers to you. If you go to Reliance, your offer can be different, my offer can be different, because the way that we are doing shopping is different. So everyone will get customized offers. Means what they are doing, they are processing your data, they are processing your data, they are applying some filters on your data, and as per that, they are giving offers. Means they are tracking what you are eating, they are tracking what you are watching, they are tracking where you are going. Simple phone number is enough. So as a DBA, okay, you should be aware of this. Of course, you know that. And unfortunately, if we like, if we don't accept to give the number, the store person, okay, no, what we can do, we cannot do anything. Again, you will get a UPI link or payment link to the same number. You have to tell the number. Everyone, okay, everyone is collecting your data, guys, personal data. So they are selling to multiple clients. And see, forget about the things, okay, maybe they can sell to some other companies and all, but the worst part is this data is going to the, directly going into the hacker's hand or some fraudsters, right? Unnecessarily they are going to call you, like not only loans, forget about the loans and all, that is a different thing, but they will tell you, like sometimes if you go to some, maybe I don't know how many of you experienced, okay, this is very very important. When you are traveling, okay, or when you are visiting some places as a tourist, okay, there people will be there, some prime locations and all, some shopping malls and all, few people will be there, okay. They will simply tell you that you don't need to do anything, just fill this form, this is like lucky coupon, lucky draw and all, will do some lucky draw after 20 days or 30 days, as our company is completing 10 years of, okay, something like that, and they will ask you to fill the coupon. You will fill it, you will drop it, Generally, people will do, right? Okay, out of at least 100 people, 90 people will do because it's not going to cost anything. They are giving coupons for free. You are filling the data, your personal data, and you are just dropping it. Then what they are doing, they are calling to each and every number, okay, and they are saying that, okay, our company is completed 10 years. So on that occasion, we are giving some coupons to go abroad or to, okay, roam, okay, inside the country for some places. So you just won this, okay, you won this particular, whatever it is, competition. So you come and collect the coupons for the resort or for the anything, flight, something like that for visiting some places as a tourist. So they're simply calling everyone, not only you. Okay, there is no lucky draw. Okay, nothing like that. Whatever data they are collecting, they are going to simply call to everyone and they will tell like this, okay, you won the gold coin, you won the silver coin, please come and collect. Then once you go there, their okay play will start. Okay, simply they will tell you some unnecessary okay things and all like that you have to pay 1 lakh rupees, so that will give you what I can say free coupons for the whole 5 years 10 years, so you can roam across the country. So these kind of things, this is just a reference like this. Okay, they will tell you we have a lot of hotel chains across the country, so you can just stay for free anywhere in the country or you can go abroad. So, lot of people, especially in the metro cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, okay, Delhi, Gurgaon, where the people are like, especially their target is software employees. Okay, especially their target is software employees. So, that much powerful it is. So unnecessarily even software employees forget about the okay maybe villagers and all, maybe they might be they become very intelligent. Now as an educated person we become fools by just okay looping into this track, guys. Lot of people lost their monies. They paid 1 lakh 1.5 lakh rupees. It's just an example, guys. I'm saying even few people paid 2 lakhs also, 2.5 lakhs, 5 lakhs also. So just a suggestion, small okay suggestion for everyone, and try to educate others. Don't fill any kind of coupons, not only at the shopping malls, when you are traveling, when you are at maybe like we'll go right to visit some places and all, either temples or some prime locations and all. So if anyone is giving you coupons and if they are saying okay, please fill this coupon, you will get the that one, this gift, that gift, please don't fill, don't give your information, and please educate your okay friends, families, okay, as much as you can. Don't give the data, especially your phone number, don't share it. As a DBA you should aware of this, you should aware of this. Not only as a DBA, normal people also don't, okay, they cannot give their phone number. Simple phone number is enough. So data is that much powerful, guys. Your data is not at all useful to you, but your height, your weight, your color, your hair, okay, the products that you are using, the products that you are eating, okay, everything is a business. Lot of people are getting lot of money on your personal data. Not only one person, okay, multiple people will sell their data, sell your data, and multiple people will buy your data. Your data is that much powerful, guys. Okay, so that is all about the data. So data is nothing but raw facts and figures, and if you process the data, okay, it will be an information. So using SQL Server, we can process the data. That means we can add some attributes to the particular data. So how the data will be stored in any database software, how the data will be stored. Generally, all the database softwares, 99% is all the database softwares, they will store the data in the form of tables, in the form of tables. Table is the format that we will use to store the data. So nowadays we are like using tables, databases and all to store the data. So before databases, where we use it to store the data? How this okay valuation came to till database, right? So it's not like a overnight kind of thing, right? Earlier, okay, earlier before the database, we used to use some flat files. We used to use spreadsheets, Excel sheets. Excel is also one of the wonderful database software. That is also a database software. Why can't? As per our definition, a database software can be to store the data, can be used to store the data, to process the data, to retrieve the data. We can store the data using Excel sheet. We can process the data using Excel sheet. We can retrieve the data using Excel sheet. So Excel sheet is also one of the database software, right? Then Shanmukh, why we don't use Excel sheet instead of the database? Why? Any idea why?
Because there are some limits with Excel.
Very good. First is limitation. Good. Okay. So there are limitations. Okay, because Excel sheet can't hold, okay, terabytes of data. If it is holding, still holding terabytes of data, TB of data, if it is managing, when you open Excel sheet, okay, if 1 GB data itself is like, if you, I don't know, maybe, I don't think you might have seen this 1 GB Excel sheet file, right? Hardly, small files.
It
So
can
if,
store almost 10 lakhs of record, right?
yeah. So there are not 10 lakhs, more than that it can store. Okay. So there is no limitation. Okay. Maybe it's not like limitation is there, number of records, but not like 10 lakhs. It was more way beyond. Okay. So when you open the Excel sheet, if you are increasing, like if you are storing more number of records, to open to process also it will take lot of time. So it is also a database software, but not exactly a suitable database software for big applications. Okay, so it cannot, like if the data is more than 1 GB, sometimes it even take 10 to 20 minutes also to open that particular Excel sheet, to open, just to open. And you can imagine while processing how much load will be there. So the Excel sheets can be crashed easily if the data is going. Okay, so that is the reason we don't use Excel sheets and all. So before, you know, the era, like how it came, like before the Excel sheets, flat files, and before that we used to store the data on papers, and earlier, before the papers, we used to use some leaves, right? Dry leaves and all we used to use. Before that, we used to store the data, okay, on the rocks, correct? Rocks, on the rocks in the stone age, we used to store the data on the rocks. Okay, so these are like, this is how the data is evaluated from rocks to the cloths, then I mean in between leaves, and then cloths, and then paper, and then computer came, flat files, Excel sheet. Now we are using databases to store the data. Okay, maybe in future it can be a different thing. Now, for now, we are using databases to store the data, guys. So this is like where we are storing the data, but how we are storing the data is also important. How we are storing, in which format we are storing the data is also important. So in the database softwares, generally we will store the data in the form of, I mean to say, a structured format we should have, because we should be able to retrieve quickly. When I am clicking, yesterday we have seen this Amazon case. When I am clicking on LG product, okay, so I am able to get the product information immediately, quickly, right? Why? Because retrieving should be very fast. If you are storing terabytes of data and if you are not able to retrieve quickly, customer will simply jump into another platform. So retrieving also should be fast. Okay, so the tabular format will help you. Okay, the tabular format will help you to store the data, okay, properly, to process the data, and to retrieve the data quickly. So the tabular format is the as of now, okay, as of now, the tabular format is the suitable format to store, okay, huge data, guys, to store, to process, and to retrieve the data. So currently we have the tabular format. Most of the database softwares, your SQL Server, MySQL, NoSQL, MongoDB, Postgres, Oracle, everything currently they are following the tabular format only. The data will be stored in the form of tables only. Okay, so table means, what is the meaning of table, guys? Can you tell me what is table? What is a table?
Rows and columns.
Yes, collection of rows and columns. Very good. Just 1 minute. Any other definitions we have?
Collection of records.
Very good. Collection of records. Nice. Next. Right. Okay. A table is a 1 minute. Hmm. So a table is nothing but it's a collection of rows and columns, and we have another definition also, collection of related data entries. Okay, collection of related data entries. We'll call it as a record generally. Collection of related data entry. We can call it as a record. If you see here, okay, for example, so this is one table, guys. Okay, this is one table. Sorry. If you see here, this is one table. So here you can see what is the table. The data in the RDBMS is stored in database objects. Okay, database objects. The data in the RDBMS, in any RDBMS software, is stored in database objects, which are called tables. Which are called tables. This table is basically collection of related data entries, and it consists of numerous columns and rows. So a table is the simplest and most common form of data storage in the relational database. So you can see the example of the table. You all know what is a table and all. Okay. Now you can see, okay, table is nothing but collection of rows and columns. So what is meant by row? A horizontal entity, you can call it as a row or record. Horizontal entity, you can call it as a row or record. So this is one record. Okay, it's an horizontal entity. So like that, how many records are there in this table, guys? How many records are there total?
7.
7 records are there. So a horizontal entity, you can call it as a record. As I said, table is nothing but collection of rows and columns. So if you see here a vertical entity, okay, a vertical entity, you can say a column. A horizontal entity is a record. Vertical entity is a column. So how many columns are there in this table now? How many columns? You can see ID
Five.
is one column. Yes. Name is one column. Age is one column. Address is one column. Salary is one column. So in this table, we have 5 columns and 7 records. Okay, table is collection of related data entries, and it's a collection of rows and columns, guys. Okay, rows and columns. A horizontal entity, you can call it as a row or a record. A vertical entity, you can call it as a column or dash. Column or field. Okay, column or field. So fields are nothing but columns only. A vertical entity you can call it as a column. So we have 5 columns in this particular table and we have 7 records. Okay, we have 7 records in this particular table. We have 7 records. So the vertical entity you can call it as a record or row or record. The horizontal entity, sorry, the horizontal entity you can call it as a row or record, and the vertical entity you can call it as a column or field. Vertical entity you can call it as a column or field, guys. So this is the definition of table. So for example, if I want to track the information about the students, okay, if I want to track the information about the students, okay, now tell me what and all columns you are going to track it, guys. So I asked you to create a table. Okay, I asked you to create a table for the students. So what and all columns you are going to include in the table, guys? Tell me.
SID.
Name, roll number.
Very good. We'll add name, or let's go with the roll number first. Okay, roll number, name. Next,
Class.
class. Very good. Next,
Address.
address. Okay, very good. Next, tell me, guys, any field is important only. Okay, so there is nothing like that. Anything you can tell about the students.
Course.
Course, very good. Next,
Phone number.
phone number, very good. Next,
Age.
age, very good. Next,
Father
next,
name.
father name, parents, right? Very good. Father name. Next,
Fees.
mother name. What is that? Sorry.
Fees.
Fees.
Fees. Fees. Okay, very good. Which is very important column. That's what I'm waiting for.
Marks.
Marks. Okay, very good. Marks. Next, DOB, date of birth. DOJ, date of joining. Right? What else we can track? Okay, so like that we can keep tracking, okay, unlimited information about the particular student, guys. But the thing is, we can keep on adding the columns. Here, what is the challenging thing? What is the challenging task, guys? One is, the first challenge is the table size is increasing when you are keep adding, because if I go for marks, again subject wise marks, I can add it. Remarks I can add for the student. Okay, attendance I can add for the student. If you go for the fee, I can add installments. So I can keep on adding the columns, keep on adding the columns. So what will happen if you are keep on adding the columns? First challenge is the table size will be increased, correct? If you are storing everything in the same table, definitely the table size will be increased, right? It will become a big table. So while loading, what will happen? The whole table has to be loaded. While reading or while writing something to this table, the whole table has to be loaded into the memory. Memory means RAM. So performance wise, if the table size is increasing, performance wise, it's not good, right? Performance might be degraded if the table size is increasing. That is the first challenge. What is the second challenge? What is the second challenge? Security. Okay, because if you are storing everything in the same table, the fee column and all everything, if you are storing in the same table, then giving permissions on a respect to like layers will be difficult. So there is a chance that everyone can see the details of financial things like fees and all. So security is also one of the challenge. So how we can avoid this? How we can avoid this? So the ultimate goal is we'll store the data in the form of tables only. But what we will do is we will store the data in the form of, okay, respect to tables. I'm not saying the small tables because table we cannot decide the size, depends upon the number of records. I mean to say number of columns tracking. So what we can do is we can just store as per the requirements, as per the needs. Means For public data like roll number, name, attendance, everyone can see. So what we can do is we can just break this into small tables. Okay, roll number, name, class, address, okay, course, something like this, phone number. This is one table. Then I'll just give a link. Okay, I'll just give a link to this another table, roll number, fee, okay, installment 1, installment 2, okay, installment 3, any offers, okay, like that. I'll just create one more table. And attendance also again, semester 1, semester 2, semester 3. Like marks, I can track like sem 1, sem 2, sem 3, or as per the subjects. Okay, I can track 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, whatever subjects are there. I can create, okay, one more table of marks. Okay, I can create another table for marks. So under the marks, again, I'll just put the same roll number. Okay, instead of giving name every time, okay, I'll just say put simply just put the same roll number, subject 1, subject 2, like that, right? So and personal information, DOB, DOJ, date of birth and all. So means the same table now it's divided into three simple and smaller tables. So now while loading, first one is security, so I can give separate permissions to this fee table, right? No one can see except that accounts department or finance department. So I'll give permissions only on this table to the respective people. And this I'll give permissions to the, okay, teachers. This one, personal details and the marks, attendance and all, I'll give permissions to the teachers. So I can, first thing is when you are breaking into the smaller units, okay, the performance will be improved, first thing. Second thing is, okay, the security also we can maintain the proper security. So that doesn't mean we have to break the tables into smaller parts to get the security. Nothing like that. Just giving you the reference. Okay. Why we are discussing all these things. If you see here, what is the common column in all these three tables?
Roll number.
What is the common column? Roll number. So roll number is actually creating a relation between these three tables. Correct? Every time instead of mentioning the student name, if you just put one roll number to that particular student, so every time I can just simply, okay, mention the roll number instead of student name. So roll number is having one table, a separate table. In that roll number, we can see, okay, this roll number belongs to which student and all we can see. So I am just creating a relation. So storing the data in the form of tables is called database management system, DBMS. Storing the data in the form of tables is called a database management system. So the format earlier, it's the tabular format, how scientists or whoever like developers or architects, how they came to know tabular format is the good format to retrieve the data, to store the data and all. How? They cannot guess, right? They might have tried lot of other ways also. You have to remember one thing, medium of storing the data, mode of storing the data. Medium means where we are storing. Where we are storing. Okay, that is the medium on rocks, cloths, paper, okay, flat files, Excel files. This is the medium of storing the data. And what mode, in which mode you are storing the data is different. Because you have to understand the data, right? So in which mode you are storing the data. So we have a lot of earlier, we have, okay, tree model, tree structure. Because remember one thing always, so it's very important to retrieve the data also. In which format we can retrieve the data quickly, even though we have huge data. So the best suitable format is tabular format. Okay, the best suitable format to store, to process, and even to retrieve also, the best suitable format is tabular format. So in the DBMS, database management system, is nothing but, okay, storing the data in the form of tables is called DBMS. Later what happened? Okay, good, you are storing the data in the form. This is like evaluation, slowly evaluation. Suddenly they didn't came to this tables and all. Suddenly they didn't build up this relation and all. Then later, Professor E.F. Cod. Who is that, guys? Professor E.F. Cod. Who is this guy? He is the father of RDBMS. Okay? Father of RDBMS. Professor E.F. Cod. Okay, Professor E.F. Cod. So what he proposed is, so okay, as of now, whatever data you are storing, that is fine. You are storing in the form of tables only. Earlier they tried tree model and all, tree model, bus model, network model, different models they tried, which nothing is successful. Means they might be suitable to one or two cases, not completely. It's not satisfying all the cases while retrieving the data and all. Okay. So what we can do is, let's build the relation between the tables. Instead of DBMS, okay, let's build the relation, RDBMS, relational database management system. Let's build the relation between the tables. How we can build? By using a common column. So we'll introduce a common column in all the tables. This common column will map the exact data. Using this common column, we can build a relationship between these tables so that we can maintain the safety, we can maintain the security, and we can even speed up the processing also, so that the tables will be in smaller units. And while loading into the memory, generally what will happen is, when you want to read the table or write something to the table, this table will be loaded into the memory. The table means exactly the related pages. I'll tell you the logical hierarchy, physical hierarchy in the coming classes. I'll tell you how the data will be organized physically and logically. Slowly I'll tell you, don't worry. This table will be loaded inside the memory RAM. So that's why if we have enough RAM, the process will be faster. So if you don't have enough RAM, for example, you are handling terabytes of data. So if you are using 8 GB, 16 GB, is it enough to handle terabytes of data? Not at all, because the tables has to be loaded into the RAM. If you have a work, you read the table, then you will simply type select star from employee. So when you are typing select star from employee, this table will be loaded into your RAM. Or when you are trying to edit the table, you want to insert some records or you want to update the records, this table or the respective objects of this table, which are pages, okay, the page, the table at the end of the day will sits on the page, guys. Generally the table is R format, but physically this table is a kind of a book. How book will be organized in the form of pages, table also at the end of the day in the memory structures, it will sits on a page. So the related pages will be loaded into the memory, and then we are able to read the data. I'll do the architecture, you don't worry at all. Okay. So that's how I'm just giving you a brief. So that's why, to manage this properly, tabular format good, but instead of having everything in a single table, let's break it into smaller units. Let's build a relation between these tables. That model is called RDBMS model. So nowadays, most of the database softwares will follow RDBMS model only. Okay. If you go to any database, SQL, Oracle, okay, Postgres, all these tables will follow this RDBMS model. All these database softwares will follow RDBMS model. Okay, RDBMS is nothing but storing the data in the form of tables and building relationship between the tables. Relational database management system is called an RDBMS, guys. So that's why in the beginning of the definition of SQL Server is an RDBMS software. Okay, earlier we don't know what is RDBMS, right? So that's why I just simply told you database software. So RDBMS includes database, relational database management system. SQL Server is an RDBMS software. So using this SQL Server, we can store the data, we can process the data, and we can retrieve the data, guys. Okay, this is the era or the evaluation, okay, of the data into the tabular format, right? So how Microsoft started its journey? So earlier, 1980s, actually this was designed that time there are no databases kind of thing. Okay, use it to use Excel sheets only to store the data. So in the early days, 19 maybe 83 something like that, Sybase designed this logic of storing the data in the databases and all. Sybase, okay, actual code is with the Sybase. Later what happened is Microsoft, okay, they just That time Microsoft was very popular. That time actually IBM, right? The company most of you people knows. So there are two major companies that okay help to change the uh, what I can say gave lot of contribution to the computers is IBM, International Business Machines. Okay, and Microsoft guys. Earlier, before Microsoft, IBM started its journey and all. Okay, into the machines and all, computers and all. So later, Microsoft is popular only because of the GUI, graphical user interface systems only. Later in 1980s and all, it just introduced. That time means computer means if you want to learn computer means only coding, only coding, only coding. CMD, command based. Okay, so later Microsoft introduced this GUI and also everyone 1990s and also everyone is able to learn the computer because it's simply GUI. If you want to create a new folder, right click new folder. If you want to copy, right click paste. But before this GUI, if you want to copy means you have to write a command. If you want to paste means you have to write a command. Only command based. So later what Microsoft did is, so it just take over that particular logic from the Sybase. Okay, only the database logic from the Sybase. Sybase is also one of the database product guys. So then it's just introduced its own flavor by adding GUI to the database. And then it just started introducing this SQL Server from 1993 onwards. 1993 onwards. So later, I means that time it didn't popular immediately. Later, after 5 years, 97, 93, right? So 97 onwards, this product from Microsoft was so popular, and the biggest turning is SQL Server 2000, guys. SQL Server 2000 just turned the whole database industry that time. Earlier they used to use okay Oracle and all that time. So it just turned the whole database industry with the help of SQL Server 2000 version. It's a version, guys, 2000, which was introduced in the year of 2000. So they introduced GUI model, which is like a tool they introduced to handle even manage the data also. Okay, to manage the database software, they introduced a tool called Query Analyzer. Query Analyzer is a simple tool. Okay, so they introduced this tool. Using this Query Analyzer, users can connect to the database. Right? You can see like imaginary. Earlier, if you want to connect means only commands. So just you have to write a command to connect. Okay, you have to write a command to process. Everything like commands only. So using this query analyzer, which was introduced by Microsoft in the year of 2000, it's a small tool, a third party, I mean not a third party tool, it's a tool, client kind of thing. So using this client, you can connect to the servers and you can even, okay, you can even do the processing and all like writing select queries, insert query, update queries, everything like a kind of a graphical. Okay, so this is how the Microsoft then after introducing this query analyzer and all, later in the year of 2005, they introduced Management Studio. Okay, the enhanced version of query analyzer. So using these two tools, so Microsoft, okay, became a leader in the database industry for almost 20-25 years, guys. Now also, Microsoft database is the leader. Means there are two big competitors, SQL Server and Oracle, but still 1% or 2% like more than Oracle people are using. Okay, SQL Server. So if SQL Server is like 25%, Oracle will be between 30 to 32, I mean 32-33% is like that people are using. Out of 100 database softwares, I'm saying. Earlier, the share will be more. Like earlier, Microsoft was around 60% database software, like it was captured. Microsoft captured almost 60% of database industry. The database industry almost 60% later. Okay, because of the new features in other products, now the percentage was down to okay maybe 35 38 like that. Okay, even but still it is a leader. Microsoft SQL Server is still a leader, but even Postgres is also coming rapidly because 30-35 years, right, it's almost a leader. Maybe until and unless if Microsoft introducing any excellent offers, okay, Microsoft, it will be still a leader, but again I'm saying slowly, okay, the other database softwares also captured the database industry, guys. This is how the history follows for the SQL Server, guys. Any questions, doubts so far? Okay, so if you see here, a row, a record is also called row of data is each individual entry that exists in a table. Like as I said, for example, we have the customers table, right? Just now we have seen this table, customers table. Okay, where is that table? Yeah, this is a column. Hmm. This is the one, okay, customer table. So you can see here, it's actually not a column, maybe, okay, just mention like a column. I mean salary, okay, it's not actually salary. So it's actually a customer column. It's maybe we can say, okay, okay, what is that column, guys? We'll pay the money, right? What is it? Amount. You can say it's an amount column, okay, not salary. This is a customer table, so you can even consider like an employee table also. Salary means 2,500 salary, right? So this is how it was, guys. So a column, okay. What is an RDBMS? RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. RDBMS is the basis for SQL and for all modern database systems like MS SQL Server, IBM, DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access. A relational database management system is a database management system, DBMS, that is based on the relational model as introduced by Professor E.F. Cord. So what is a column? Column or field. Okay, we can say a column or field is a vertical entity in a table. A column is a vertical entity in a table that contains all the information associated with the specific field. So column contains all the information associated with the specific field, not the complete record. In the column, you can see a specific field, name, or age, or salary, or money, or address, phone number. Only the specific information it will track. Whereas a record, it will track all the information, correct? Record means a horizontal entity, right? Record will contains the complete information, okay? Whereas, okay, see here, 1 Ramesh, 32 Ahmedabad, 2000 is actually a record. It contains the complete information. Whereas a column contains a specific information, okay? A column contains a specific information, right? So this is the definition of the table. Table is nothing but, okay, it's a collection of rows and columns and related data entries. What is the SQL then? SQL. What is SQL then? What is SQL?
Structured query language.
Very good. So now you came to know that we are storing the data in the form of tables in a database software, correct? Right, guys? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So now if I want to talk to the database, how I can talk to the database? We are communicating in English. So you know English, I know English, so we are just communicating in English, we are able to understand. But I want to talk to this software, this database software. How I can talk to the database software? Which language it will understand?
Binary
Right?
language.
Which one?
SQL.
Pakistan binary language.
Through SQL, we can
Yeah,
communicate with
yeah.
database.
Okay, so the answer is SQL language. Okay, so the answer is SQL language. Using SQL language, we can able to communicate with the particular database software. So SQL, structured query language, is a language which will help you to communicate with the database softwares, guys, to communicate with the database software. Okay.
So
So
all the
now,
sorry.
yeah, I'll add that one. Okay. So this language, using this language, we can simply communicate with the database software. So we have multiple database softwares, right? Not only SQL Server, not only SQL Server. We have multiple database softwares. For example, if you see here, okay, just I'll give you a simple example. Sanskrit is the mother of all the Indian languages. Agreed or not?
Agreed.
Correct?
Yes.
Sanskrit is the mother of all Indian languages. Using Sanskrit only, everything was derived. All the languages were derived. Okay. So in the same way, SQL is also mother of all the SQL languages. Because why I'm saying this, I'll tell you. So how the other languages, Telugu or Tamil or Kannada or Marathi, Konkani, so how these languages are derived from the Sanskrit, how these are derived, how these are changed in the same way, SQL is the basic language, the root language is SQL. Okay. If I want to communicate with MS SQL server, Microsoft SQL server, Microsoft took that basic language and it's just introduced its own format called T-SQL. Okay. So if you want to talk to Andhra people, you should know Telugu. I mean Andhra in the sense Telugu people, not only Andhra and Telangana. I'm saying just if you want to talk to Telugu people, you should know Telugu. If you want to talk to Tamil people, you should know Tamil or Kannada. So based on the particular okay region or area, you have to change your language. Correct? In the same way, if you want to talk to Microsoft SQL Server, you should know T-SQL. The language that we are using in Microsoft SQL Server is T-SQL. Transact SQL. T mentioned. T is for Transact SQL Server. Transact SQL language. If you want to talk to Oracle, you should know PLSQL. PLSQL. Oracle PLSQL. So like that, if you want to talk to each database, you should know these languages. Okay. Again, I am saying all are similar, derived from SQL, like Sanskrit. Like Sanskrit, this T-SQL or PLSQL derived from main language, which is SQL language. So Microsoft took the SQL language and it just added its own flavors. The commands of Microsoft SQL Server is little different. The commands of Oracle little different. But again, at the end of the day, if you compare, just check the command to create the table in the Google. In T-SQL, what is the command? In PLSQL, what is the command? Almost looks similar. Okay. If you see here, let me go back. Okay. So now if you see here, okay, for example, command, T-SQL command to create or to read the data, to select the table, anything. Read means select the table. Okay, basic T-SQL command. See, select star from table name. Okay, PLSQL command. PLSQL command to select the table. Can you see any difference, guys? Select star from table name. Select star from table name. Any difference can you see? Both are same. I mean here you just mentioned schema name. This DBA is a kind of schema name and table name. Here you can simply see the table name. So almost same. See, uh, create command, create table command in T-SQL. Okay, or create table command. Create table command in T-SQL versus PLSQL. See here. Okay, employee ID first name. So create table name, and you can see here, right? So T-SQL command. And if you go to Oracle, almost the same. Okay. So I mean to say, just little difference will be there. But again, all came from either T-SQL or PLSQL or JetSQL. JetSQL is for MS Access. Okay. So all came from the SQL language only. So if you know, if you are good at one SQL language, you can easily understand the other SQL like PLSQL and all. If you are good at PLSQL, you can easily understand T-SQL. If you are good at T-SQL, you can easily understand PLSQL. Now let me clarify you. So last time, like yesterday, when we discussed, when you are trying to open any website, okay, when you are trying to open any website like Amazon.in and all, when you click on any product, okay, automatically that particular product is opening, right? Automatically that particular product is opening. So if I want to just buy this Daikin, okay, AC, when I click on that, automatically I can able to see this Daikin AC information. So who will write this logic? Who will write this logic? Developers will write. People generally will think that in SQL DBA coding is important. I'll tell you. To get this product information, we need a logic that will be designed by developers. To maintain this information, okay, we need databases that will be managed by DBAs. So you know the difference between DBAs and developers, right? So developers needs T-SQL language, but DBA, he has to maintain, he don't need it actually. T-SQL is the development coding, okay? T-SQL is actually a coding. T-SQL or PLSQL is actually a coding. So if you want to become a developer, you should know T-SQL, you should know PLSQL. But if you want to become a DBA, you don't need this because our work is to maintain the database. To maintain the database. So it is good to have T-SQL knowledge, but it's not mandatory. It's just a desired qualification so that you can understand the queries, commands and all. And the commands is also in like a normal English only. By just looking at the command, you can tell what it is trying to do. So don't think that development is a little, I mean to say it's a crucial thing and all. Generally as a DBS, okay, we don't need of queries, I mean to say not queries, queries commands will use on a normal basic commands and all, but we don't need the coding because we don't write these logics. Okay, so developers needs T-SQL language or PLSQL, that is coding. But to just see the basic information or to see the complete data and all, okay, we will use 5 to 10 commands, single line commands, that is to see the information related to the SQL server, SQL internal information. To see that, we will use 5 to 10 basic commands, single line commands we will use. So that is the only part you have to remember, that 5 to 10 queries only you have to remember as a DBA. Hardly 5 queries that you will use it regularly. Other than that, you don't use it. But as a DBS, generally 5 to 10 queries we will use it. Okay. Hardly. Those are like hardly. And that too simple queries, SP who to, SP who is active, select star from sys.sys processes, select star from employee name, select star from table name, okay, update statement, alter statement. So these are all different commands, okay, that we will use, and we'll also apply some where conditions, okay, we'll apply some where conditions and all to filter the data. That's it. So the development is very limited to the DBS, guys. We don't need it. We don't need to, okay, learn T-SQL to create the tables, because creating tables is not our business. Inserting the records is not our business. Our business is only to maintain the database, to make sure the database is up and running. It's good to learn T-SQL, but it's not mandatory again. So there will be no coding at all in the DBA. Okay? Clear, guys? Any questions, doubts? No? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So now what we can do is, I'll simply tell you just basic layout now. The next steps will be, next is we want to install the SQL server. Okay, remember one thing. Next is we want to install the SQL server. Okay. So as you know that SQL server is an application, correct? Correct. SQL server is an application. That is also an application. Using that application, we can able to, okay, store the data, process the data, and retrieve the data. But where we can, where is my recent diagrams, guys? That 61. activity I can see. Yesterday we just did it right. 1 minute and let me check this. Mhm. Mhm. It will be saved automatically, right? Nothing else I can see. Just draw that one. Okay, fine. No issues. I don't know where it went. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, right. Okay, so now I want to install SQL Server, right? So this is an application. So where I can install any application, guys? In general, I'm asking. Forget about SQL Server. If I want to install an application, what I need? If I want to install any application generally.
Windows.
Very good. Okay. So I need one operating system before this. Okay, storage and all. If I want to install something, either in your phone or in your laptop, if I want to install something, first of all, I should have one platform. So that platform is called OS. Okay. So now what we have to do is I have to install the operating system. So where I can install this operating system? In your laptops already operating systems are there. So where I can install the operating system?
In
I need to have
hardware,
one. Yeah, I need to have one. Okay. What I need to have, guys? I need to have one
Server.
platform. That platform can be any operating system. It can be a Windows operating system or it can be a Windows. I mean to say Windows operating system in the sense in the Windows we have desktop operating system, we have server operating system. So I need to create one server. Okay. First what we have to do is I need to create a server. Okay. And then on top of the server, I'll install the operating system. On top of the operating system, I'll install the SQL Server. So now what we will do is in the organizations, what we will do is we'll create a machine. Okay, so we don't install the SQL Server directly in our local laptops because why we don't install? Any idea why we don't install?
Because SQL Server needs server
SQL Server needs
OS.
server. Okay, why server OS? Desktop OS we cannot install.
Maybe like desktop level have some limitations.
Limitations. Okay, still can we install for small applications? Yeah, you are correct. But the challenging task is, okay, why we don't install it in our laptops? Because we will work for maybe 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever it is. Once your work is done, what you will do? You will stop your laptop, correct? You will
Yes.
shut down the laptop. So if you shut down the laptop, okay, imagine if you shut down the laptop, are you able to get the data from the database?
No.
No, right? No, we are not able to get the data. So that means continuously the data has to come. Continuously the data has to come. So if you install in your local laptops and all, first challenge is there are some limitations to the local laptops. That is one challenge. Second challenge is if you install, okay, I'll work. I'm a DBA, right? I'll install SQL Server in my laptop. No, nothing like that. If you install SQL Server in your laptop, once your work is completed, you will shut down the laptop and then you will go. If you shut down the laptop, the database also will be stopped. If you stop the database, the applications also will be down. If the application is down, business will be down. So that is the reason there should be a common machines. These machines has to run continuously 24 by 7. Okay. And then on top of those machines, we will install the SQL server. So those are called servers. What are those machines, guys? Windows servers. Okay. So we can say virtual machines or machines. So this machine we will create. On top of the machine we will install the Windows operating system. On top of the Windows operating system we will install the SQL server. So you will simply connect from your laptop. Okay, this is the main server, and to this main server you will simply connect from your laptop. So until you have a work, you will connect to that particular SQL server. Once your work is completed, what will happen? Once work is completed, you will simply log off from your laptop and then you will just go away. But the SQL server, because now you just connected, okay, after that some other user will be connected, right? The application will be connected, right? So if you just completed your work, you will simply connect and you will disconnect. Okay, you'll simply connect and you will disconnect. In the same way, other users will connect, applications will connect. So this should be up and running continuously 24 by 7. If something happened to this, applications cannot connect, users cannot connect, everything will be down. So users will feel it's a mean to say the application, they cannot access the application. So that is the reason we don't install SQL service in our local laptops. We'll create a separate machine, and on top of the machine we'll install the operating system. On top of the operating system we'll install the SQL server that will run continuously. So once it's installed, we'll connect this application, we'll connect this SQL server to any application, we'll tag this SQL server to any application. So until and unless this SQL server is up and running, that application also will be up and running, guys. Okay, so that is the reason we don't install it in our local laptops. So once your work is completed, you can simply shut down your laptop because it's not running in your laptop. So you are simply connect from your laptop to the server you connected. Server is somewhere in any data center. So that is called the collection of machines. We can say data centers. Okay, in the data centers, the racks will be there. Inside the racks, we can create the virtual machines. Inside the virtual machines, we can install the operating systems. On top of the operating systems, we can install the SQL servers. Is it clear, guys, now? So what is virtual machine, how it was derived, how it will work, how the logical, okay, allocating of resources to the virtual machines, everything will be discussed in the next class, guys. Okay, so the next one will be demo class. I mean to say, I'll show you the demo. I'll show you creating the virtual machines. Okay, this will be done by the Windows team generally. Our work is to install SQL Server. We don't build the machines. As I said, in the three-tier architecture, as I said, there are a lot of teams involved. You have to work with a lot of teams, right? So when you are working with a lot of teams, okay, so what is your task? As I said, Windows team first they will build the machines. They will install the operating systems. They will install the third-party softwares for security purpose and all. Then finally they will hand over the machines to the DBA team. Then DBA team will install the SQL servers. Okay, so all these things, everything, okay, step by step, we will slowly discuss. In our training, we are the Windows team. Remember one thing, we are building from the scratch. The whole environment we are building from the scratch. So we are the Windows team. We are the network team. we are the storage team, we are the DBAs. Our main core capacity, I mean, our main uh, uh, course is DBA only, but no one will help you to build the virtual machines and all, right? During the practice. So during the practice, during the course, you are the Windows team, you are the network team, storage team, all the changes, what and all things from the Windows side, what we will do, from network side, what we will do, from storage side, what we will do. So everything I'll discuss in the course. So believe me, almost 40 percentage of the Windows tasks also you will learn in this course. Windows admin related tasks, almost 40 percentage of Windows admin. It's a core like the course is SQL DB only, but you should have a idea on the platform also. Okay, the operating system also you should have an idea how it will work and all. So almost 40 percentage of the Windows admin related tasks also will learn. We don't perform the Windows tasks in the organization. For that Windows team will be there. But here you are the Windows, you are the SQL DBA, you are the network admin, you are the storage admin. So we'll learn all these things guys throughout the course. Okay, so the next step will be creating virtual machines, installing the operating systems, and then finally we'll install the SQL Server. Okay, so this is how it will go. And as promised, this is the last demo class. Okay, as discussed earlier. So what I'll do is I will create a form. Okay, just be online. You have to fill this form. You have to confirm. Okay, this whether like you like it or whatever, any suggestions and all you want to give, so you can just add it in the form. And again, filling the form doesn't mean that you are confirming the course. You can just fill the form. Okay, and then once this is completed, then later you can plan for the discussion. And also today evening, by today evening, the next class is like today evening, right? The link won't be the same, the link will be changed. So I'll give you a separate link. Okay, for today evening I'll give you a separate link once you confirmed. So when you have to confirm, you have to confirm by today 1 p.m. Okay, once you confirmed, then you will get the new link. So based on that we'll continue guys. Okay, so if you have any queries or any questions or any suggestions, okay, just you can let me know. I'm just creating the form. Just give me a minute and then you can, okay, fill that form. And then if you have still any questions, we can discuss guys. Okay, yeah. So now tell me any questions, any suggestions and all guys, please.
Yes, in this course, do we have DBA and Azure DBA, both courses, right?
Correct, yes, both.
Okay, so and how duration? What will be the duration for that?
Initially, yeah, 2.5 months. Initially, we'll discuss MS SQL DBA. After the MS SQL DBA is completed, we'll discuss Azure SQL DBA. Okay, on an average, it will be 4 months. Manjit.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shanmukh,
Yes, please.
um, if we are in this course, so in middle, if we have any health issues, so can we join? For suppose this is 61 class, right? Batch 61.
See, I'll tell you, good question. Okay.
Mm.
So the thing is like, in case if it is 1 or 2 classes you missed, okay, or maybe 4 or 5 classes or 1 2 topics if you missed because of any reason, definitely I'll help you out. You can join in the next batch only for that particular topic, not the whole course. Whatever topics you missed, okay, I can help you for the missing topics and all. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm sure 4 months won't be infected, right? Definitely either 1 week or 2 weeks or hardly 1 month maybe if it is serious also. So
Mm.
it's not like a complete restriction kind of thing. So yes, we have a feasibility in case by mistake or due to maybe not only issues and all, maybe if you cannot attend because of your shifts and all, if you cannot attend that particular topic, okay, just ping me in the WhatsApp. You can tell like I missed this topic, can I attend? So I'll definitely update for the next batch also when the topic will start in the next batch. Okay, you can join, but not the whole batch. The refreshment batches will be different. So for that different pricing and all will be there. If it is whole batch, for normal 1 2 topics, if you missed and all, you can join for free, no issues.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
So we will get a link also, means recordings
Yeah, you will get the link, separate link. You will get it. I mean, directly to your Google Drive. Once you registered, I'll just okay, add a email ID in the registration form. You have to provide your email ID. Once you provided the email ID to that particular registered mail ID, you will get the recordings, class recordings, notes, softwares, everything. You will get it.
Okay, and who will get placement? Means any
Placement,
help
as I said,
regarding?
see, it is off record. Again, I'm saying off the record placement assistance will be there. Okay, so that we can discuss over the call. This is like YouTube live, right? So we cannot discuss publicly. So what kind of placement assistance, how it will be, how it will work, everything will be discussed in the offline. Any other questions, guys?
Can we deposit fees in 3 or 4 installment, or it's only two?
Actually, two. There are no three or four. Okay,
Okay.
so actual be like two installments. Okay. Fee part again, just you can discuss with me in the offline. Okay.
Okay,
So the other things and all, maybe if you have any queries, you can ask me, guys.
sure.
Yeah. Just 1 minute. I'm trying to create this. Okay. fonts.google.com, right? Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to ask the questions again. I'm asking, like, don't hesitate. Okay. You can ask any kind of questions. Don't feel like silly question and all. Okay, there is nothing like, as I said, there is nothing like silly and simple question. So question is a question, a doubt is a doubt. So don't hesitate to ask, guys. Anything you can ask, no problem, related to the subject.
Shanmukh, what is difference between Windows Server and OS Server? Is both are same or any major
Windows Server and
difference?
OS Server,
Hmm.
both are same. I'll tell you. Okay, Windows Server is a kind of a one of the OS. Windows is one of the OS. Okay, OS can be Windows, OS can be Linux. Means Linux servers will have, Windows servers also will have. Okay. Other than that, we have, like, you can see iOS laptops, like Apple laptops and all. So we have different types of operating systems in the market. Okay. So the main server related operating systems are Windows and Linux. So for SQL DBA, Windows is most feasible and suitable. So we'll use Windows operating systems. We don't use any Linux machines.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Nothing from my side. All okay.
Okay, okay. Just give me a minute, guys. I'm just going to post the link into the this chart, Zoom chart. Okay, contact form. So you can just fill that form. Okay, and then if you still have any questions, maybe we can discuss that as well. 61.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. 61 contact form. Okay. Publish. Load. Anyone with the link. Okay. I'm just posting the link in the meeting chart. Okay. Let me open this group chat, meeting group chat to everyone. Okay, I just posted this link in the Zoom chat. You can see the link in the Zoom chat, guys. Okay, just fill that form again. It's not like a great things and all we are tracking. Just your name, phone number, from which location, any comments or suggestions. Okay, just fill this. Okay, and you have to provide your email ID so that you'll get the recordings and all. Okay, to your direct Google Drive, so you can directly access, and lifetime access will be there. It's not like 1 or 2 years, lifetime. Until that Google Drive is existed, you will have your access. I don't remove the access manually, okay, at any stage. So you will have the access for the lifetime for the whole course, SQL DBA and Azure SQL DBA, guys, as I said, okay. I hope, can you see that form, guys? Like, can you open and see that form? Try to fill it now itself, okay? It don't take much time, hardly 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. So once the form is filled, you have to confirm, okay? Don't think that form is filled, your work is done. You have to confirm me by 1 o'clock today, means after like within 4 or 5 hours, you have to confirm me. And then I'm going to provide you the new link, okay? So by evening, the link will be changed, right? So I'll provide you the new link. So you'll get the new link to the next class, guys. Just fill the form and let me know once it is done, guys. That's it.
Sir, I'm joining from my phone. Can you
Okay.
please confirm it?
Yeah, I also submitted.
Okay. Thank you for that. So like Bhagyashree, just ping me in the WhatsApp. I'll share you the link, okay? So you joined, I mean, you just, have you filled that form, Bhagyashree?
No,
Or
sir.
you are facing challenges in filling that
Yes,
form?
yes. Okay,
Okay,
I will ping you on WhatsApp.
okay, yeah. As of now, only Manjit and Soras, you can see both are submitted. And just try accessing this, Bhagyashree.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, Nihar, Kusuma. So as of now, 4 people completed, guys. Just try to fill this and just submit it. Any suggestions, guys, like course, like about the course, it is going too slow, too fast, something like that. Any suggestions from your side?
Can we take the course like topic wise? Suppose I want to learn.
Topic wise only, Manjit. Otherwise, how we can understand? So topic by topic only we'll go, and every
No, no,
topic.
no, not that way. Suppose I want to learn only performance, I want to learn only replication, and
See,
I'm just
topic
asking.
wise, that's what, like, topics means lot of topics will be there, right? So we cannot take the classes. I mean, campaigning will be little difficult, Manjit. So that is the reason. See, advanced performance tuning is there. It's a separate course. Advanced
Okay.
performance tuning. So SQL DB is different. Azure SQL DB is different. Advanced performance tuning is different. So like that, different particular concepts and all based on the students' requirements and all different courses are there, Manjit. And again, I'm telling you this, guys. Every course will discuss about the complete theory first. I'll show you the demo. I'll show you how to monitor, where to check in case of any errors, how to troubleshoot, what will be the common errors, most common errors of that particular topic. And I'll also discuss about the interview questions and answers. So each topic I'll cover in 5 corners: theory, demo, monitoring side, common issues, interview questions. So these 5 corners I'll cover for every topic. Okay, that's why there is no separate, okay, interview questions and answers session. Generally, few people at the end of the course again they will take a separate interview questions and answers, because every topic itself we are covering interview questions and answers. So there is no need of everything. And again, my best suggestion always I'll give it to everyone: maintain proper documentation. Okay, anyhow I'll give the notes, don't worry, but you should maintain your own notes. Create different folders. For softwares, one folder; for notes, one folder; for your practice, one folder and one notes. Okay, so that what will happen is, see, hardly will get interest for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And if you are wasting your time in searching the notes, softwares and all, you will not get interest. That's why just manage the material properly. Definitely you'll get the interest. Lot of shortcuts I'll tell you during the course. Lot of tricks and tips I'll tell you during the course. So mention it separately in separate notepad. You just mention all these shortcuts and all. Believe me, even 10 years people also, they don't follow some shortcuts. They might know few shortcuts, but not all. So with your 3 years, 4 years experience, and if you are working with shortcuts, they will impress. Okay. Okay, and they will ask you, hey, which shortcut you are using and all. Even genuine people also will come and they will take your suggestions. So documentation is very, very important if you want to learn any course. I will provide everything, but you just need to maintain properly with the different folders and all, with the different directories. So this is also one of the important thing that you have to follow, guys. Okay. Yeah, so I can see as of now 9 people responded. So still one more has to respond. Maybe if you're submitting, that's fine. So if you still have any questions, just ping me, guys. Okay, so for now that's it. And again, just try to confirm by 1 p.m. today. Okay, once you confirm, we'll complete the registration process and then you will get the new link and then we can continue, guys. Okay, fine. Any questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. So we'll connect again in the evening, 7 p.m. IST. Yeah, thank you all.
Okay.
For US people, tomorrow morning, 8:30 EST. Okay, for US